Welcome to Haffbreedz podcast. We're not here to find your spirit animal. For all you people who don't want your spirit animal, sit back, relax, drink your Pepsi, eat your fry bread, and enjoy the show.
I thought you were going to do a countdown.
We are live.
You're live.
I did a countdown.
You did not.
I did sign language.
I wanted you to do like Wayne's World. You didn't get you. Anyways. Yat-a.
Oh, yat-a.
I just want to let you guys know, I apologize for the humming, awful humming sound in the background. Mama's hot. Mama gets hot before this podcast.
She gets all hot and bothered.
So you're just going to have to deal with it. Maybe if I didn't like point it out.
Yeah, now everyone's going to notice.
Everyone's going to notice.
Now even I noticed. I didn't notice earlier.
Damn it. Oh, God. Okay, forget what I said.
Kidding. We
just
turned it
kidding. Let's get our show started and go. Today we are going to talk about us. Yay.
Ooh, boring.
We're finally getting into the nitty gritty every time we do our podcast, but now that we're being more consistent, we there's just other things on our mind sometimes that we just have to get it out. So we are really trying to be more consistent. And
yes.
I think so far it's working out.
So far so good. Next week,
so far so good.
We got. I have some classing
starting.
Yeah, I got some of that going on next week. So we'll see how that goes.
Damn, it never ends, huh?
I hate it.
You should love it by now. You're in the upper division, so right now it should be smooth sailing for you, mister.
Well, it is nicer being in the upper divisions and not having to hear so many crazy questions
from the young folks, from your kids.
From those crazy kids.
From those who could potentially be your kids.
Yeah.
Well, with the exception of math for you, I mean, it should be smooth sailing.
Yes, I got 2 more maths I got to do, and I don't want to do it.
Just do it.
But other than math, I got all A's.
That's good. Good job, son. Good job.
Think I'm just climbing up that ladder.
All right.
Yeah,
you know, in doing these degree certification, I have become really emotional doing this, especially for our Indigenous students. There was one in particular I really want to talk about. I might post it on social media later for those who aren't listening, but I just want to give a shout out to one particular Native student who I have been following all semester. And
is it me?
No, I can't give names, but I'm pretty sure I can give the situation out. Like many Indigenous students, especially female Indigenous students, she is a single mom of 3 kiddos and lives on the reservation. So the option is to do online. That works better for people who are on the res.
Yeah.
Like given our experience in our community when we worked with the school district, a lot of people they can't leave the res. I mean, this is their job. That's their home. They can't do anything else.
And now that option is available. Like
it is
post-COVID.
However, I think another downer.
Debbie Downer.
Downers is a lack of resources. I know that you went to a conference in Mescalero Apache reservation, you were saying that their tribe ran fiber optics throughout their reservation.
Yeah, 85% of the reservation is covered with fiber, and 98% of the reservation has internet access.
That is super awesome. Only if we can get that on Navajo. We are just so far behind. We're still in the 90s.
They always say it's because they're so much bigger. The Navajo reservation is so much bigger. It makes it so much harder.
Crunching my eyes.
But there's ways to do it. They can do it in stages, and
I think that's just a poor excuse.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
There is a way. And
the William Begay, there's a way.
I'm pretty sure William Begay is capable of approving this stuff.
William Begay from NTUA.
Keep going. You're like rapping right now. Navajo rapper.
Riz life, that's what I do.
We should have did our episode on that.
On that song?
On Rez music.
Riz life is who I is.
Okay. So anyways, it's back to the student. So she's a single mom of 3. She's on the res. She is working for the school district. However, she can't really move ahead without that degree. But she called in desperation because she couldn't register for the spring semester, this past spring semester. And her dilemma was because she had a balance left over from the previous semester.
Oh, yeah. You can't register for the new semester with a balance from the previous semester.
I always thought that education should be free for natives. A lot of things should be free for natives. Admission to any parks, stolen items in stores, aka museums. We should have free access to that. We should get our shit back.
Back to the tribe.
Right. Any national parks we should be able to have free admission into because it is indigenous lands.
Local parks. We had to pay at one, remember? Recently.
Well, this is just my ideal U.S. thing. I mean, and that's part of giving back. This is part of the reparations. This is part of land back, is giving those kinds of access to Native Americans. I mean, we barely became U.S. citizens 100 years ago. We're like one of the last to receive that
honor.
It's not honorable.
I thought he was struggling for a word.
I know. Thanks, babe. I am struggling because my mind, I'm doing like processing degrees. So I am toggling through like 5 different screens.
Fahrenheit or Celsius?
I do the Kelvin scale.
Oh.
You bet you forgot about that, huh?
I did.
I'm so good at math. Anyways, I don't know what that has to do with it. But yeah, so in addition to just me running off on a tangent about everything needing to be free for Native Americans, education should be on the top of the list. Now, they do say that we have scholarships. We do have our tribal funding. It should be, but it's not. I, a Navajo, right here, am declaring that I, Navajo, Sapphira Garner,
Census number.
I'm in student loan debt. I have student loan debt. I had to take him out, and it's bullshit. But so anyways, it's not free. Not free for natives.
Freedom ain't free.
It should be, but it's not. So she was struggling, and I felt for her. I really wanted to utilize my knowledge, my position to be able to get her some aid to help, with her
continue
financial burden so that she can be successful academically.
Continue education. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and you know that I know that we know that teachers are highly needed, especially from the community. Like, we need them. We don't need like non-natives on there.
You can just bring in some Filipinos.
That's what we're doing right now. So anyways, it's just nice to have an educator from the community. Well, her dilemma was that she also had kind of a low GPA. So she needed a higher GPA required to get the education degree, like a 2.5 or above. And she was literally like right under that. And in speaking with the advisor suggested she would have to take a full semester, full load, but she would have to make all A's in every single one of her classes.
Ooh, dang.
So right there, in speaking with the advisor like already like doomed the situation. So she was like, "Oh, I don't think it's going to happen. It rarely happens." But you know what? I believed in her, and I reached out to the education department head, and we were able to fund her to help her with the past, to help her with the present, to help her register with the a really wonderful grant that was bestowed upon the education college, or the College of Ed. It's a grant that helps retain Native students. And we were able to help her with that. So that was, and I was just like following her. I was checking in with her through emails, making sure that she had everything she needed, even academically, just like making sure she was on it throughout the semester. And I looked up her situation right now, her grades. She made all A's. Okay. And she brought that GPA up.
Right.
And it just made me like, I'm getting emotional about it right now. You know, my first emotional.
She did it.
Yeah, it was just, it's like watching
a butterfly. Come out of the cocoon. What's it like watching one of your yages?
Yeah, like take their first steps.
Like a milestone.
I think it's just one of those like a statement for us. You know, it's just like, yes, we did it. You know, it's not just her, but she represents everybody. It's already hard enough for us to go to college, and then to have that kind of support, and then just for someone to believe in you is really helpful. And I think that's kind of what helped her along. And I'm sure she had family support too, but
yeah, that's cool.
It just reminded me of my own situation, struggling at
with your undergrad.
Yeah, like because I was also on academic probation, and I didn't tell anybody, but I knew the situation that I was in just made it really hard for me, you know, personal things. And it happens a lot to Indigenous women. We have a lot of things to deal with. It's not just, you know, what's on the surface, like the systemic problems. It's like personal problems that we have to deal with, that we have to struggle and go through. Like a lot of that trauma that we're trying to overcome, or even the trauma that we're going through during school. And that like my situation, it was very personal. But
what helped you get through that?
I think determination.
Your determination.
Yeah, because I've always been that type that's like wanting to prove everybody wrong.
Look what I can do.
Like when someone, especially if they tell me that I can't do it.
Yeah. Did you get a lot of that?
I did get some of that. I really did, especially within the university, especially when they knew like that I was Indigenous. I mean, there was a point that I almost quit the university because of a white professor who told me that people like me should be in like have my own car wash, or yeah, she literally said car wash, or just be in some type of like entrepreneurship that sells food.
That's a
like
weird.
it's just so stereotypical. And then because she, I explained to her that I was Indigenous, I am trying to like, this is my goals, this is what I want to do. And she was like, you're not a writer. I can't, you're never going to be a writer. People like you need to be, this and that.
Car wash owner.
Yeah, car wash owner, or sell food out of my car. I don't know what she was getting at. But
some car washes make a lot of money.
They do. Actually, that is a lucrative business.
And
I would totally do that too.
Oh, so, like Walter White, remember he bought a car wash?
But at the time, I don't know what her thinking was. It was just very stereotypical put downs. And it was just to say that I'm not a writer. I will never be one. And anyways, and then she proceeded with people like you. So that's when I found my way into ethnic studies, and that was kind of like because of her. Like I'm kind of thankful that situation happened, because I wouldn't have found my identity.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it's just like she represents pretty much like everybody. Like what we're going to talk about is our identity. Like she represents everybody who like puts us down because we don't belong in the white society. Like that right there just proves it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though my skin is lighter, it's just, it doesn't matter, because to her, I'm already like categorized into the other. And then finding out that, oh, she's Indigenous just makes it like even more, like even fit the stereotype even more of what Indigenous peoples are, which they're savages. And so grateful for that experience. It just led me into ethnic studies, but it also, like doing these degree certs, even like these people I don't really know. I know like just based off of the name or whatever, you can tell that they're Latinx.
Just Chile.
And to me, Latinx is indigenized. They're just like assimilated. They just needed to colonize, in my opinion. But and oftentimes it's not an opinion, it's a fact. They do needed to colonize. But it's just a win for Indigenous people in general when they graduate. So I'm getting really emotional, like giving these degrees, and it's making me really happy too. Like, I'm just like, yeah, way to go.
You go, girl.
You go, girl.
Is it firing you up for your classes coming up in the fall? You get ready?
I don't know. I just, to me, like, I want to just, I want to have fun doing it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for me, even though it doesn't sound appealing or fun for people on the outside knowing what I'm doing. And it's the research part of it. I love to learn. I like to do the research. I like to dig. I like to find out. I like to listen. I like to gossip. Just a true Navajo. So yeah, that's a good segue for what I want to ask you, and that's like getting to know you and your identity. So this might be a two-parter.
Who, me?
Yeah, let's start with you.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start with you. All right. So what I want to start off with is Gabe Garner.
That's
Gabriel
me.
Jack Garner. Your eyes. Did your mom ever do that to you? Did she ever say your middle name when you got in trouble?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard her say it.
Because I don't get in trouble.
You were always a troublemaker.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Sound like that dumb guy Beetlejuice from that Howard Stern show. Oh, me?
You kind of burped right there. I heard it.
Oh, me?
Yep. So, all right. So tell me a time when you realized, okay, that you were different? When was that?
That was right away.
Really?
Elementary, yeah.
Like when you knew you existed?
No, when I was called out for being different, it was right away.
Like kindergarten?
Social, yeah, white boy. Oh,
In kindergarten?
yeah. I was
Where'd you go to school?
Sanders. Well, back then it was called Puerco Valley, Puerco Elementary School. And yeah, it started right away. Elementary.
All right, let's call out the people who called you that.
Oh, they're dead. Just kidding.
No, they're not.
Oh, one of them is.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But he was in
Damn.
Danson's grade, and Danson was always fighting that kid.
So, okay, well, if he was in Danson's grade, then he wouldn't have been
On
able
the
to
playground. Yeah, but I got it in my grade too.
You got it, and you just don't want to mention names who called you that.
I don't care. About them.
Well, don't you think it's important because at that age, who do you think they learn it from?
Oh yeah,
Avi.
their older siblings or their parents.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Bilagana did you get Bilagana or did you get white boy? The English term.
Both, yeah. Bilagana, Bilistana.
So Bilisana means apples.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's like, am I apple? I'm red on the outside.
I'm red on the outside. Should I blush like crazy?
And you burn.
I burn. Even when I'm doing exercising, my face is beet red. And my very own children like to call me out on it.
How come you're all red?
It sucks. So, back to kindergarten when you were called a Bilagana little boy. Ishki.
Yeah. I'm just minding my own business.
Bilagana is translated to the ones we fight with. But it's reference to Caucasians.
My people.
Caucus. So,
Anglo-Saxon.
So let's talk about then, like, when you started realizing, that you were different as a kid. How was that in the home, like, growing up before, like, do you remember a time before going to school? Like how was it in the home? Like, did mom and dad like say, hey, you're mixed? Like, did they acknowledge that? Did mom ever say, oh, my little white son? Ew.
My little, the little brown one. No, it wasn't ever really brought up. And both my parents spoke fluent Navajo. And whenever they spoke Navajo to each other, it was usually about us. Like they're talking about the kids.
I think that's very cool that your Anglo father knew fluent Navajo, but I think it's messed up that they never taught it to you guys.
Yeah.
But so, okay, your identity then, back to your identity in the home, do you feel like it was ignored then? Like who you were?
I don't know. I just never brought it up like myself. I didn't ask them like, what am I? I didn't think to, I guess.
So let's talk about in the home then. Like, how did your white parent, which is your father, how did he treat you as a mixed indigenous person? Like, was it ever discussed? Or just...
No, not that I can think of.
Would you feel like it was more ignored or what?
Yeah, I just think it wasn't brought up. And
did he ever acknowledge your indigenous side? Like,
well, I did learn my clans, and I would say those. But I'd ask every now and again, like, how do you say dog in Navajo? Oh, can I try? Oh, but yeah, he never really talked about that or said, son, you're gonna face this.
Or son,
you need to pick the brown.
His son, what are you?
Yeah, I never had those conversations with him.
Huh. And then, okay, let's go back to Mama. How did your mother deal with you being Caucasian? Like, was that ever brought up? Did she ever like acknowledge that or say anything about your other side?
No, samesies.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like the same. We did go to my grandmother's house, my mom's mom, and we hung out there, but we never really like stayed. I think a lot of my uncles, they drank, so that's probably why my mom always we never stayed at my grandma's house. Maybe once or twice that I can remember.
So now looking back though, did you ever feel like the indigenous side, do you ever feel like it was supposed to be forgotten?
No, because I always thought of myself as Navajo whenever I introduced myself as Dene. Because I think all my friends were, and I just like was in with my friends, and I
assumed.
Yeah, and like I would get like white boy every now and again from my friends, but after so long, I was just like, with them, one of them.
So do you feel like that's how they honored your indigeneity? Or they honored you being indigenous? Was like, oh, here's your clans. Like, did they ever directly say, you're Navajo?
Yeah, I think they did say that.
But it wasn't like a memory that was...
Nothing that stood out. Like defined me. But I always claimed that I was Dene.
So did you ever have anybody in any side of your family that spoke about your identity? Like, did you ever have anybody on the white side of the family, like aunts, uncles, cousins, who were like, oh, you're Indian? Oh, just kidding.
Yeah, let's play.
I'll be the cowboy.
Yeah. Well, my dad's mom remarried, like a lot later in life, and her new husband, was from Idaho. So we'd go up there and stay there, like in the summer we'd visit, and we'd meet, his grandkids.
And he was like, hey, look at my savage step grandkids.
We're all, hey, grandpa. But those kids were kind of like,
no, did he
what
say
are
that?
You guys? Oh no, he was kind of weird. Yeah, we never really hung out with him.
Explain.
Just like a weird old guy. Kind of pervy.
Ew, that's my story. No, I'm just kidding.
But that's like nothing with me.
Why didn't you molest me? Just kidding.
I wasn't
Did you
good
ever
enough.
have that conversation with him?
Yeah, it was all my brother. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. That's why it's PTSD. Oh, you never know.
Shit, you never know. But no, nothing with me. But it's just awkward. But my grandma was cool. She was really cool.
So his bio grandkids would be like, oh, you guys are Indian? Wait, how would they do it? Well, what was the conversation like?
They were just weird kids too. They're like farm kids and just like, oh, I'm a fast runner and this and that. I'm like, okay, well, let's go race. No, I got to save my energy. Got to move pipe in the morning. I'm like, what?
Okay, so talk
That's
about
weird.
a time like then that stood out to you where they asked you about you being Indian. Or just a comment that they said of you being an Indian.
They were just asked words like, how do you say
shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
That's like one of the
Bad
first
words?
things you always teach is the bad words. And say, oh, shit is chant. And then they're like, oh, chant.
Oh, cha.
Cha. No, that's tea. But yeah, usually language are just how is it down there, or
You mean, does the carpet match the drapes? I'm just kidding.
exactly, and it didn't.
Oh no! Because you were bald. No, I'm just kidding.
I was in elementary school. No, when my grandma got remarried, I was like in high school. Yeah.
And then they asked, stupid, because he's all pervy.
Yeah, the new grandpa.
Your grandpa's all asking you.
Does a carpet match it? I'm like, what? What's that mean, grandpa? No, but all my grandparents, they're all gone now.
They're all gone.
All of them, yeah. It's crazy.
And so how did how did it change over time? And let's talk about going into middle school and high school. Like, was it drastically different, or do you feel like it changed for the better? It was the same?
For me, it changed for the better, just because I knew people a lot longer and they knew me. But I think I fought the most in elementary school, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, middle school some, and then in high school, the only few fights I got into was because of that too. White boy, and those were people I went to school with since like kindergarten. So it always came back. Yeah.
And then they still try to fight you or whatever.
Yeah.
They still fought you.
Yeah.
What grades would you say was most stood out for you that where you were like fighting?
Fighting a lot was in elementary. Yeah, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Anyone that said white boy, I would fight.
Shut up!
And then better not tell.
We're not telling anyone.
Knuckle sandwich.
Stupid. That's funny that I mean, not funny, haha, but like funny, ironic that for you, it got better. I'm going to turn it around on me just for a second there, because for me, I think the fighting actually started, the physical fighting was when I went back to the res, and my first school was Sanders.
Ooh.
Sanders Middle School, 6th grade.
Sanders, throw down.
6th grade. And for me, that's when all the violence started. And that's when, like, I was called, white girl. And it did make...
Girl.
So how does a community like that, who has a bunch of people, I don't mean a bunch, to me it was a bunch because I didn't know anybody.
And it's a checkerboard community, so there's white families there.
Right, and there's mix, a lot more
Latina,
half-breeds there.
Yeah. Compared to like on the reservation, like Pinon or Shiprock or even like Kayenta or Windy Rock.
Yeah. And I can only speak for our mixed race indigenous identity because like half indigenous and half white, because there are a lot of mixed natives out there who are like half indigenous, half black, half Asian, half whatever.
Like Navajo tacos.
Navajo tacos, yeah. But even in Navajo, like we talk about, even the Mexican side has a Navajo name, like that. We're still, it has a clan, right? Because and
then there's even mixed now, like Navajo and Apache, Navajo and Cherokee.
Yeah, like my my nephew, he's Kia'ani. Like his clans are Kia'ani, and then Nakai is his Bushishchi, his other half.
Yeah.
And then he's got the one clan that's Biligana. But so anyways, so I think it's funny because you said it progressively got better for you, whereas for me it got worse. And that would be an interesting enough just to see why that was, or why do you think that was? Is it because you were a boy and I was a girl, or is it because you were from the community? You grew up there. But for me, like my cousins went there. So I hung out with my cousins a lot. I just don't understand.
Yeah, that should have been your in right there. Because like for me, when I got older, I had more friends and I was just like part of the community.
Yeah. So I don't really understand that would be different. But like in talking to you about it and just exploring deeper into as we explore our identities, these are the conversations that like you and I have, but don't really dive into. And this is a really good platform to like dive into those questions because we never talked about this before. And now like these questions are coming up.
I told you one time. You forgot.
Told me what?
All of that.
All of what?
Everything I just said.
Shut up. No, what?
I'm joking.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah, we never talked about like why it was different for me and you. And I am a couple years younger than you.
I think you are right that because you being a girl.
You think it has something to do with that?
I think so. And then I think
no,
because I fought a lot like with younger grade, like the earlier grades. So it kind of stopped when I got older, the fighting, but it would pop up every now and again. I don't know. But then you came in later too, but you had your cousins there. So
yeah.
Didn't your cousins say, oh, she's just as rezzed out as me. Look. Spit on their arm.
Well, me and another cousin of mine and one chick, I can't remember who that chick was. I got to ask my cousin who was in there.
Glenapot.
He was in the rodeo club with us. We were the only girls in there because we were tomboys.
That girl is a tomboy.
I know the LGBTQ plus community probably hates that term now, but that's what it was called back then, and that's what we were back in the day.
What's the
I
term
wouldn't
now?
reference it now like that, but back in the day, that's what we were called. So, and I don't mind. Honestly, it doesn't bother me because I liked what I liked. I felt like I did get along better with boys for some reason.
You liked Wranglers? Or did you wear Jordache?
I didn't even think about any of that stuff. I didn't think about boys yet until I went to Ganado. Ew.
Dang, those Ganado boys just changed rocked their world, huh? Those hornets almost stung you.
Oh, no. Till I met a gishy. Ew.
Ooh, a greasy gishy.
I had a crush on a gishy.
Dang, those gishies are gonna gish you.
Oh no.
They're gonna gish you.
They're gonna gush me.
Gush you.
And that's something left to be explored probably at a later time because I would love to like just learn how or why that is. But as a young adult, so when you became an adult after you graduated high school, left your bros, left home, you were out into the real world.
The real
world, the mixed world. So what kinds of things were you seeing or hearing in terms of your identity being in that world? Like when you went to Grand Canyon, was it ever brought up? Like, what are you?
Yeah, I think it was, and I told him I'm a Navajo.
Like, who told it to you though? Was it
just coworkers, people that I worked with?
And what was there like? Were they more native? Were they?
They were white, and then I worked with a black guy, and then there were some natives there too. But then my friend Sean moved out, so I was hanging around with him.
But in Grand Canyon, was it more of your white friends that were questioning, like, oh, what are you?
Yeah, I'd say so. And I made a white buddy. He's from Lake Erie, and I don't even remember his name right now. I think it's like Joffrey or something like that.
So with the Navajo people you hung out with, they were from different areas. Yeah,
I did meet a guy named Harvey Laughter, and he kind of brought me in, and they had a drum group. And I'd go there like every afternoon and drum with them.
Really?
Yeah, and he had a whole regalia. He did men's traditional grass dance, and I didn't know the words or the songs. Like I learned, I know one song, I think. And I had to chew that bitter root. I can't go that high. But yeah, I remember drumming with them every
At Grand
afternoon.
Canyon?
Mm-hmm.
You never told me that.
I just mimicked Harvey
What
Laughter.
the heck?
He was a cool guy.
In all the years I've known you, you never told me that.
Yeah, and in high school, I drummed also with Sean, Ashley, and at Baha'i, we'd go out there, and they had this like group called Eagle Nation, I think, and I just would get on the drum and doom, 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 doom. And then they'd all sing, but I wouldn't. I'd just be all listening, and I'd have to know when to like stop banging so hard on the drum. And yeah, it was fun.
Okay. I guess my question is then, at around that time, you tell other natives that you were native? Did they know you were native?
I think some did and some didn't.
And then they just accepted you? Is that what you're saying?
I guess I was with them.
Oh.
I was sitting right there in the midst. For reals.
This is like, it's taking me a minute to process this because this is the first time I'm ever hearing of you drumming. And I feel like you deterred
I told you
away
before, I
from
think.
the question, but I'm trying to process it. No, I've never heard of it.
With Sean, Ashley, yeah, I did.
No, I think I would have remembered something like that, but I don't. That kind of threw me off guard. So, anyways, then you had your little fiasco, like your little near-death situations happen, and then you ended
Bunch
up.
of those.
Let's skip that part. You moved out to San Antonio.
To Las Cruces.
No, to Las Cruces. Yeah, you did. You came back here.
Yeah, I was in this town, this city in 2004.
But you didn't spend that much time here.
No, it was like 8 months. I just turned around the store and hired a new crew, and then they were doing good, and then I left.
Yay. We're not going to do like a biography, though. We're going to talk about, well, we kind of are, but like, I want to talk about not just like your work time. I just want to know, and I don't think it would be enough time to remember just the amount of time you spent here in Las Cruces. I know you have said that you were just working all the time. So it wasn't like really socializing. It was all business.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, then let's fast forward to San Antonio. That's where you started hanging out more with your bros, with making new bros out there. And I would think exploring your identity even further, right? Or did you at that time already knew who you were? It didn't bother you?
I didn't really know. I wasn't bothered by it. But I wasn't like for sure. Like I knew I'm never, like anyone asks, I'd always say Dene. But I know in San Antonio I was told to move there, like to live on the north side. And that was all the white people lived there, and I didn't like it.
Who told you to do that?
The district manager. So I'll live above the 10, which is a loop. So he meant above the lower part, but I lived above the topper part. The upper part. The tippy top. So I didn't know what he meant by that, because I had to drive all the way across town. But my store was in Southside, so I felt fine. I felt all right there, and that was the Latino part of town.
You felt more at home.
Yeah.
But okay, so what kinds of things did you experience living on the north side of town? Did you experience any racial disparities?
No, not that I can remember or recall. I just didn't feel as comfortable.
Why?
I guess because I didn't see people like me, not half-breeds, but like brown people.
Like brown hair, brown eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then there must be a reason for that. Your dad has blue eyes.
Mm-hmm. Blue eyes and bald head.
Did you ever feel comfortable with your white family? Like hanging out with the white family?
Like my relatives?
Yeah.
No. My grandpa and grandmother, they were really cool. I felt comfortable with them. But like all the cousins and stuff, there was only a couple that I think all of us felt really comfortable with. But the majority of them, it was just a hi and bye. Like it wasn't. We didn't like hang out. It was weird.
I guess I'm trying to explore how you felt out of place or why. Well, I wanted to reach you to dig deeper why you felt that way. And you probably have never thought about that, but there's a reason for why you felt out of place, like in that area.
In San Antonio or with my relatives?
No, in San Antonio.
Oh.
Like on the north side.
I think it was probably just mainly the interactions with people. It was just like I said, like same with my relatives. It was just to the point, like no just talking, or because that's how I'd feel comfortable, just talking to someone. And if we're like vibing and having a conversation, then it feels better than just like, oh, how's, like small talk or just a hi and bye.
Do you ever feel, because I mean, you have to come across some Bilicanas that are talkers that you click with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had some Bilicana buddies out there.
I don't know why you would feel uncomfortable in a place like that. I don't know. For me, it's being treated differently. You didn't feel that treatment?
No. I just felt more comfortable down.
Well, once again, that's like, I guess, the difference between you and me. Maybe you didn't really recognize it or care to recognize something like that.
That's probably what it is.
It's just,
I just didn't recognize it.
And I think like talking with you about this is just because I know we come from, like, we both are obviously the same, but there's some differences too. Like you view it differently. It seemed like you were able to handle it better, just the racial ambiguity.
It's because, what do they say? Ignorance is bliss. Like I didn't know.
So that's how you felt?
I think a lot of things, well, now looking back, I think a lot of things that were said or how I was treated was like I just didn't realize. I understood it more from like my Navajo friends or peers saying stuff to me. That's what I took offense to, and that's what I would.
So more lateral than
I think so
is what got you then. And in talking more about that, it's wanting to be accepted because that's what you know yourself as.
Yeah, and that's why I would get so defensive, I think. Because that was like my own people or my own.
Well, we have white fathers. So do you not consider yourself that's part of your identity too? How do you view it now? Like, do you think that the white part of you is your identity? Do you embrace it?
Not really. I don't even really think about that side.
And why come?
Ew. um,
These are good questions, huh? And it's making you think your brain. I could see your brain's about to explode. Just kidding. How many?
How come?
You can say, I don't know, that you've never thought about it. We can always come back to it. You want to come back to it?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm asking you like really hard questions. Am I better than Sean on Hot Ones?
Sean Evans?
Yeah.
Well, maybe if I had hot sauce, then I could answer.
And shit yourself?
The bomb.
Next time we'll do that.
No.
Okay, on that note, we are going to take a pause here. This will conclude our first part of our episode, part 1. Stay tuned for part 2.
Episode 8, part 1.
When we shall have some hot sauce and Gabe's going to shit himself and talk
yummy.
about his identity while he poops himself and has a burning mouth.
Doesn't do that. So you're going to have some hot sauce with me too. So
Well, that would be really cool. A lot
Yes.
cooler if you were to shit your pants.
Not really.
Okay, so Gabe's going to ponder. He's going to think about it, and we're going to come back with part 2. Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.